In this episode of YouTuber Spotlight Showcase, I'm showcasing MattMorseTV. He speaks on a lot of geo and sociopolitical issues. I will try to clip a few finer points of this broadcast of his and then give you my final thought.
First off, the Trump administration has just, I kid you not, exposed and shut down yet another one of the Democrats' favorite taxpayer-funded slush funds, sort of similar to USAID.
Yes, indeed, those Democrats are at it again, trying to create some slush funds, trying to put away some money so they can create some more schemes and screw this country up even more. Gotta hate them. They ought to be in jail.
A slush fund, however, that was actually originally created by Barack Hussein Obama.
Yes, I totally believe that the USAID, whatever the hell you want to call it, was a totally bad idea because it just created, over the last couple of decades, a big slush fund for any number of 5 million people just to dig in and get their hands full of some money and do whatever they wanted with it, even nefarious deeds. I always knew Mr. Obama was guilty of the USAID scandal, and I think he's probably guilty of a lot more. And by the way, he should go to jail and also take his husband Michael with him. But anyways, let's get on with the next part of this review.
The Democrats have been fraudulently manipulating the Affordable Care Act, that is Obamacare, to serve as their own federal taxpayer-funded slush fund.
Yes, that Mr. Obama certainly is some dastardly evil criminal that needs to go to jail. Should have gone to jail like a year after he got in office. Really, he should have.
That is exactly what the Democrats have been doing. And as of today, thanks to the Trump administration's Department of Health and Human Services, guess what? We actually have the proof. The Trump administration's Department of Health and Human Services has just purged 2.9 million fraudulent ACA Affordable Care Act enrollments, otherwise known as Obamacare. Prior to the Trump administration's recent intervention, $20 to $30 billion per year was wasted on fraudulent ACA enrollments.
Yes, indeed, folks. Mr. Obama, and hell, Joe Biden was probably involved behind the scenes, as well as Bill Clinton. The Democrat Party was probably involved in that nonsense.
All of this was part of yet another one of the Democrats' schemes to steal money from all of us hardworking federal taxpayers, all in an effort to fund their rapidly deteriorating political apparatus.
Now, without sounding too repetitive on Mr. Obama, he is guilty of that USAID and the Obamacare scandals. He is guilty of probably much more. He needs to go to jail. Seriously, he does. Yes, imagine my shock. And this has been going on for well over a decade, probably longer, with other programs. It's just amazing what these Democrats can try to get away with.
Over 1 million illegal aliens without social security numbers had been fraudulently enrolled in the ACA, and that healthcare brokers and healthcare agents who receive enrollment-based commissions had been pushing phantom enrollments, that is, enrolling Americans without their consent or their knowledge.
That's some absolute criminal activity at its finest for the Democrat Party.
I'm going to make an argument right here on your show. I think this is not a flaw in some states. It's a feature. And here's why. If you look, for example, at personal care services, which are when you do things for your family that your family used to do for you, like carry the groceries upstairs, in America right now, we're paying people to do that. In New York State, there's twice as many people doing that as any other job in the state. Same in California. Well, think about this. Instead of being unemployed, you could have people carry groceries and get paid by the federal government. And then what you do is you can tax those benefits that they're getting, right, to what their salaries are. That increases the state income tax. But they also are now putting these people in a union, and the union can take that money, the union dues, and pay it into a political party to support their candidates. I wrote a letter to 9 governors, including California and New York yesterday, demanding they no longer allow Medicaid money, federal money, to go directly into a pension fund of a union or to union dues.
Yes, indeed. That's Dr. Oz laying it down for the Health and Human Services Department, as he is one of the best secretaries I think we'll ever have. Thank you, Mr. Oz, for being there.
In other news, the European Union over across the Atlantic has just, as of this morning, finally capitulated to President Trump and all of his trade demands. First off, latest this morning, the European Union has officially given the final approval to its trade deal with the United States of America, clearing the last hurdle for implementation. The deal removes European tariffs on almost all U.S. industrial goods and caps U.S. tariffs on European exports at 15%. We have a statement from Howard Lutnick, who really played a key role in negotiating this entire deal. He says this morning: Europe just passed their historic legislation on the US-EU trade deal. Europe has reduced their tariffs to 0 for the first time ever. This is an historic accomplishment for our great automakers, fishers, ranchers, and so many other producers who will finally have a level playing field when trading with Europe.
Yes, indeed, folks. Some powerful reporting from MattMorseTV. And so for my final thought on Matt Morse, I find that he's focused, professional from start to finish, and reporting the news as it's meant to be. But anyway, folks, that'll do it for this YouTuber Spotlight on MattMorseTV for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you soon.